Welcome back. All right, so I'm wearing Syracuse because I figured, I've been wearing AHL jerseys for the odd reviews here and there. Might as well wear it tonight. Not that Tampa was missing a lot of players, they were missing their coach. So with their coaching protocol, that did kind of change things. It's Vasilevsky versus Brossoit. There also wasn't a Petrangelo, Dodonov, or Haig for the Vegas Golden Knights. So things are kind of thrown into chaos tonight. This is the way things are working. We'll see 6 days from now when the NHL comes back and starts playing again what that looks like. In between now and then, I'm going to be doing some videos. I'm going to be doing a career video, at least a career video per day, because I've been missing doing those. So yeah, I need to get those going again before we get back into hockey, and then I just don't have the time. Or better, it's just that there's enough output of videos on the channel as it is. So there's that. Tentative start to the game. In fact, the shots are one apiece at 4 minutes. Both teams kind of feeling one another out here. Smith with a rush chance that's saved. Stone would exit after a collision with Matthew Joseph. And he then was back on the bench, and he would stay in the game, but he would leave the game later. So we'll see how long Stone's out for. Stone, and I don't know if it's the way he plays or if it's just his luck, but he does seem to get injured a lot. So Smith was denied as Vasilevsky stands his ground, and then Fortier opens the scoring for Tampa from Sergachev at 6:05. And that's his first NHL goal. It was on a turnover, and it's the second shot of the game for Tampa. So Vegas was in control up until this, and it was kind of against the flow of play. McNabb then has a chance that's saved, held on to. There's a press by Vegas at 7 minutes. In fact, 8 minutes into this game, the shots are 7-2 for Vegas, and those are accurate. This is, at one point in this game, the scoring chances were 7-1 in favor of the Golden Knights. Power play for Vegas. Coughlin has a chance to stop. Stone is not. He scores on the power play from Pacioretty and Theodore at 9:26. Went in off of his foot, and I at that point I was like, I guess he's okay. He's in the game. He's skating around. He looks all right. He just scored a goal. I guess he's fine. Bolts then tried to answer. Bogosian has a shot that's tipped wide. There was a stretch pass to Smith that nearly connects. And then Vegas tried one to Janmark. They really miss Alex Tuch there. That's where they miss Tuch. Tuch is like the commander of the stretch pass. Buffalo fans may very well find that out when he returns to action. Tuch's not a guy that scores a ton of goals, but his are usually of the highlight reel variety. And when they were trying to get that stretch pass to work, it really reminded me of Tuch. Howden then has a tip. Vasilevsky saves, holds on to it. White Cloud fires one high. It's been almost all Vegas to this point in the game. It's 1-1, but it's been almost all Vegas. Smith can't bat one in. Vegas presses more after that. Sergachev with a net feed. Brossoit covers that. Stone then has a rush chance. Vasilevsky denies him, and then he denies him again. So Stone with back-to-back opportunities. Shots are more than 4-1 in favor of Vegas at this point in the game. It was a rough night for Vasi to this stage, in that he's keeping it tied. Tampa just kept turning it over, and that had to be frustrating Vasilevsky as well. The number of turnovers Tampa was committing. 37.9 seconds left. There's a delay game call, which puts the Bolts on the power play. So that rolls over into the second period. Killorn had a shot through Brossoit, but it missed the net. So Brossoit doesn't save it, but it's cleared out instead of going in. Vegas did kill off that penalty. And then Stevenson out of the box. He was the one that committed the delay of game penalty. He gets one over to Stone, and at 1:41, Vegas takes the lead. And again, the score, it's accurate. Vegas was the better team to this point. Bolts try to answer. Killorn has a shot that saved. Vasilevsky denies Smith. Riley Smith will be seeing Vasilevsky in his sleep tonight. Vasilevsky exits for an equipment issue. He's back on the next faceoff, so he goes out. Elliott goes in, but he was just really quick there. So Vegas winning the draws at this stage of the game, although overall Tampa was better on the faceoffs. Cirelli has a rush chance. Marchessault actually defends on that one and doesn't let it go through. Back and forth chances about 6 minutes in. Carrier gets robbed. Probably the best save of the game for Vasilevsky to that point. But more pressure by the Vegas Golden Knights. And then Raw, he dekes out Hedman. Didn't see that coming. And he scores from Theodore and White Cloud at 8 minutes and 10 seconds. This is where Vasilevsky, you could see he was visibly unhappy. May have been unhappy that puck went in. May have been unhappy with the way the team was playing in front of him. But it's 3-1 Vegas. And it has to be tough when you're making all the saves and your team's behind 3-1. Vegas then had a 2-on-1. Sergachev defends that. More turnovers by Tampa. Lots of turnovers by Tampa. Perry then nearly scores. Best Bolts chance since the first period. So we're halfway through the second, and the Bolts finally get a pretty good opportunity there. Vegas, Smith then has a rush chance. Can't fire it. No sustained pressure, though, for the Bolts to this point. Killorn has a shot on a rush that goes wide. Palat has a chance that's saved. And then Corey Perry does his Wayne Gretzky impersonation, and he did it a couple of times from this point on in the game. Bellemare gets a goal on a very Wayne Gretzky-like pass from behind the net. So if you've ever wondered when people talk about Gretzky being in his office and how that looked and all that, just look up the replay of this goal, and that's how it looks. Secondary assist to Maroon on that play, and at 17:07, the Gretzky-looking Perry helps to set up a goal that makes it 3-2. And then 43 seconds later, Tampa ties it. Cirelli scores from Killorn and Bogosian at 17:50. Huge momentum shift in the game. The shots are still very much in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights, but we're suddenly in a tie game. Maroon has a chance that's saved and held. In the closing seconds, Vegas had a rush chance, but it ran out of time. The horn sounded before they could get a shot off. So we go to the third period tied, even though the shots are very much in favor of Vegas. And this, when I talk about Tampa and how they're winning games that maybe they probably shouldn't and all that, and how good are these guys going to be at some point, this is exactly the kind of game I'm talking about. Third period, Killorn has a chance right away off of the opening faceoff. It's saved. Colton then has a chance that's saved as well. Really good start for Tampa Bay to the third period. Absolutely excellent start. And Mark Stone was not on the Vegas bench to start the third period, likely as a result of the collision with Joseph. So maybe there was swelling, maybe there was some other problem, and he just, could be anything, right? We'll see what the report is, and if there's a news video tomorrow, I may have something to report on that. I'm not reporting who is or isn't going into protocol anymore. I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but I'm done. There's so many players, and since they're not playing again until the 27th anyways, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, see where they are on the 27th. Vegas gets a power play, and McDonough during that power play clears an absolutely sure goal if he hadn't cleared that out of the crease. Bolts did kill it off. Vegas manages 2 shots on that power play, including the one that McDonough ends up clearing out. Shots are 3 apiece at 5 minutes. Tampa's doing a pretty good job here. Bolts break up rush chances until Stevenson gets a rush chance that gets through, and Vasilevsky saves. Killorn then has a chance tipped wide, and Tampa goes to the power play. It's their second power play of the game, and it scores. It's Stamkos from Hedman and Palat at 10:13. So all of a sudden, Tampa's ahead. And again, this is what I've been witnessing in a lot of Tampa games, that they're getting outplayed, maybe they're behind, and then they're ahead. And I'm not sure if this is something that they've watched Florida do for years, and they're like, hey, we can try that, or if it's something that they've just managed to come to on their own. But it's impressive to watch. This is a team without Braden Point, without Kucherov. I know how many players weren't in the lineup for Vegas as well, but it's impressive that Tampa keeps doing this. So Vegas presses after that. Vasilevsky saves. Now you've given Vasilevsky a lead. He is very good when his team has a lead. Stamkos has a centering pass cleared by Brossoit. Smith has a rush chance again. Vasilevsky saves that because that's what he does. Bolts with a rush chance. They're down to 4 minutes left. Sergachev has a shot that's saved with 3:19 left. Stamkos is robbed. So this is now Tampa keeping the puck at the other end of the ice. Frustrating for Vegas. Perry then tried to wrap around. That wouldn't go. It's another Gretzky move. Goalie pull with 1:50 left. Pacioretty with chances 6-on-5. With 37.3 left, Vegas calls a timeout. Coming out of that, Vasilevsky, down in the splits, denies Pacioretty. It looked painful and impressive at the same time. And Tampa Bay ends up getting the win here, 4-3. They go to 26-4 with the win. Vegas drops to 20-12 with the loss. There's no shame in this one. Your 3 stars, keeping in mind that they are picked by your Vegas, because it's in Vegas, announcers. So it's going to be Vasilevsky, Stone, and Theodore. I'm no problem with Stone as second star. Honestly, for third star, I would have given it to Stamkos. Stamkos with that game-winning goal. He now leads Tampa Bay in game-winning goals in his career. And so, yeah, to me, Stamkos would have been the third star. Maybe Perry. Maybe Corey Perry. He played a big role. That line played a big role. As Pat Maroon, when he was asked, because they have the kid line that's the fourth line, and then the Maroon line is the third line. Asked, well, if that's the kid line, what's your line? He said, school bus line. So, school bus line may end up sticking. Just saying. Your shots: 17-5 Vegas in the first, 11-8 Vegas in the second, 12-6 Vegas in the third. The shots were 40-19 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Thus, the reason Vasilevsky is the undisputed #1 star of this game. Power plays: both teams go 1 for 2. Hits: 31-21 for Tampa. Again, and I mentioned this a lot in Vegas games, you can really see that they don't have that physicality that they've had throughout most of their existence. Their 5 years, they usually have that physical pushback. They really don't have it now. And yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And so they had that 2-goal lead. And it felt like, if they'd been able to throw some big hits and kind of fling the Tampa Bay Lightning around, maybe could have changed some momentum. Maybe they don't end up losing this. But again, it's a different team. Vasilevsky saves 37 out of 40. Brossoit saves 15 out of 19. It's an ugly save percentage for Brossoit. I don't know how many of these he would have been expected to save anyways. But yeah, so Tampa Bay wins 4-3 on this one. Another come-from-behind victory. And again, not overly pretty, but once again showing why I've had them #1 on the power rankings. And it's really impressive to watch Tampa Bay that, again, once they get a full lineup out there, they're going to be, I don't know how stoppable they're going to be. Their stoppableness at this point, it's a measurement, look it up. Their stoppableness, it's not, is really, they're not easy to stop. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below regarding the last game before the break. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.